Video. All right, this video here is going to explain how I allege Commission Junction is delivering the keys to the front door to hackers, Expedia.com, and I allege Kayak.com. They're breaking in through the APIs and links that Commission Junction is providing their customers like me. And I also want to point out that when I called Bob Zelick of Expedia, this guy right here, and Bob, I do want to apologize respectfully here. I have hacked your name multiple times, but like my name, Sean Chalfin, gets hacked, I bet you yours gets butchered more than mine. So I do apologize. I have misspelled it many times. However, I believe since after I called you and informed you on a voicemail twice, May 17th of 2018 and May 30th or 28th, I'm sorry, of 2018, Conversant, parent company of CJ, intruded in my server at Media Temple and hacked me after I called you. And you also hacked me or somebody within your company. And this is what I mean by that. On May 17th, I called you, left you voicemails, and I believe this is Chris Ishmael. But on May 17th, I called, left a voicemail, and there is Conversant, CJ's parent company. There is Conversant, CJ's parent company, in these intrusion logs. These intrusion logs, and there is Conversant's IP address right here on the 21st and on the 18th. So why is Conversant hacking hotels.viajes? That is the question that I still haven't received an answer for after multiple phone calls to Commission Junction. Now, Bob Zelick knows. Bob Zelick knows everything about what's going on because I explained to him about what was going on. And then the next day, here, by the way, this is on the 18th, there is Expedia hacking hotels.viajes. Why is Expedia hacking hotels.viajes? Here are my call logs or intrusion logs. And these are the other hackers that intruded in my server into hotels.viajes right here. So now I want to show you what these guys did. And here's what they're doing, and here's proof, in my opinion. I allege this is proof that Expedia and Kayak.com are hijacking domains and websites, but mostly redirecting websites by getting into these affiliate links provided by Commission Junction. This is the phone call, one of two messages. I recorded both messages and have this recording to prove that I did call Bob Zelick, and I wanted this recorded because I didn't want him to accuse me of trying to sell my business hotels.viajes. So that's the reason I recorded this. But here you will see that this was the call that came in May 17, 2018. These are the intrusion IPs that followed. So here is my call, and I'm gonna try to whisk right through here. It's not gonna be, not gonna listen to the whole thing, just a little bit.
For the address of Expedia's headquarters, press 3. To leave a voicemail and our... Oh. To repeat the names, press 0. Please leave a message for Bob Gillette, ELCA. To speak to an operator, press 0. After the tone, please record your message, transferring your call. Sorry, I couldn't transfer your call. After the tone, please record your message. When you finish recording, hang up or press the pound key for more options.
Bob, this is Sean Chalfin. My number is 616-644-0704. And I'm going to let you know right up front, I am not calling to be a solicitor of any of my domains. Right up front, you need to know that. I'd like to know why your company called Travel-Assets is injecting Expedia script into my website, hotels.viejas. You've been hacking my website through Travel-Assets. Not necessarily Expedia has been hacking it, but it's odd that your company owns Travel-Assets or Karma Lab or Powered by GPS, and they're using Traveltainment to convert now. But you got in, or Travel-Assets got in on May 10th, and they've been constantly, even today, changing everything in my website to Expedia. I know how they got in, and I know how they get out. Using the tour network at universities, one being in Germany, and the other, I got their IP address, by the way. This first segment is going to show how I installed the Cheap Flights banner API just below the header of my site. And it's going to show that it works right when you click in the dates here, but the SEO, the generic traffic that goes to here, redirects to a similar API, but it's not Cheap Flights, it's kayak.com, and it's going to show that I'm being completely redirected away from my customer. I want to show you this broken link. This is cheapflights.com API v1. It's red because it's warning me, telling me that, hey, something's going on here. And that's an interesting little image. I wonder who's that. 889710. I wonder who that is. But that's interesting. That's red. But nonetheless, we're looking at cheapflights.com API v1. Now, I'm going to book a hotel in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and here it takes me right to cheapflights.com/book hotels. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing. And in theory, I should get paid 4% or 3% for this. And there are my competitors, but really I'm just driving traffic to them, being nice, and hopefully getting a commission. However, that's not what's happening here. What does happen if somebody forcefully goes to this, but what they're stealing is the SEO. They're stealing all the traffic coming into here, and it's bouncing to this link right here, cheapflights.com/API/V1. And so let's go on to that site. Oh, there, we're clicking on that, but look at the favicon here. Remember, we're going to book in something in Grand Rapids with cheap flights, and there's the favicon. I'm going to close out of this one more time, close out right here, and close out. So watch. This link was injected. It's masqueraded as cheapflights.com API V1. And I'm going to click on that. And look what it resolves to. This favicon is identical to, now Cheap Flights is owned by Kayak, but we're just going to type in kayak.com. And I'm going to show you, here we are. What's that look like? We have Kayak and Cheap Flights right there. So that's their favicon. And so what Kayak is doing is stealing my organic traffic. Again, they've been stealing from me for 2 years, I allege, and they're in all of my sites. I'm going to keep going and show you how they're doing it in other videos. But this is what they're doing. They're putting their link in the header, and they're catching the organic traffic and redirecting it to Kayak right here. And this is in my site. I've inspected the element right there in the network. It's red. It's telling me something is wrong. So, again, Tom Parker and Ross Weber, formerly being with Kayak, are still, I allege, stealing from me. And it's not stopping. It's not going to stop until these people are in jail. Okay, how's this work? So the next video, I've been videotaping my screen for a long time, last 2 years, because I've been witnessing things go wrong. So this video, I decided to call CJ while I was taking a video of this, and I'm on speakerphone, and I allege there is a crime going on right now. So I call CJ, and I want to find out, why is this cheapflights.com/API/V1 redirecting traffic away from my site? So here is my video of the screen while I was on the phone. I want to go over my Cheap Flights affiliate partner and their apps that they allow you to put online, their APIs. I want to show you something, and I want to be proven wrong. I don't know if I am going to be proven wrong, but I think that I know my traffic is being stolen, and I know who's doing it. And over the weekend, I figured something out, and I would like for you to go to cheapflights.com, and I want to point something out that I discovered. And by the way, who is I just want to know, who's CJ owned by? Who's your parent company?
They have a couple of conversions and alliance data. One thing about the Cheap Flight apps, you mentioned the API is that Cheap Flight has to manage But what were you looking to show me?
Oh, that's great news right here. Now I know why. So I'm even closer to being right here. So, yeah. So go to, please, by the way, down where it says white label widgets booking for hotels.
Okay.
And
the hotel widget, just the hotel?
yeah, we're just going to click on one and click on the links of the 728 by 90. Are you there?
Okay, the one at the top. So yes, this is an advanced link. So this link is served and maintained by the advertiser. So they will have to answer any questions as to why it might not be working because they are responsible for the tracking and everything else that goes into this link.
Well, I'm going to point out fraud right now, so you can hear me out for a second. This is being reported to the FBI. I am being hacked by Kayak. I've been getting hacked by Kayak for the last 2 years, and I just caught them. And so you have answered a significant question that I had in mind. Who runs these apps? Now, I am going to show you something. I would like for you to cut and paste that URL starting at, if you look at the link, I want you to tap on the link, please. The HTML link. And
the HTML code, right?
You're right. And highlight that https://cheapflights.com and stop at the API. Just the things that are in the quotes. Okay? This
so
is
the cheapflights.com/API.
force.
/V1. Is that what you're referring to?
Yes, and now let's make another window and put that, make another window, please, and cut and paste that and put that in the URL. Now look at the, when you do that, look at the favicon that kicks up there. You see that favicon on the left of the URL and the I don't know which browser you're using. I'm using Google. Now, do you see the favicon?
Yeah, Chrome.
It's a K, right?
I don't see what you're referring to.
So you put the URL https://www.cheapflights.com/API/V1 in the URL.
Right.
No, what do you mean? Tell me where
So,
you.
are you referring to the tab where it has the little orange K?
Yes. Now, please hit enter right now. By the way.
Enter on the URL, which I did, and a bunch of code popped up.
That's exactly right. Now that code is redirecting my traffic to Kayak. Now, please open up another window. Another blank window and type in kayak.com.
Right.
And do you see the favicons are identical? Okay?
Yes.
Okay.
But when you're using this tool, is it redirecting your users to Kayak or exactly what's happening?
This is exactly what's happening. My organic traffic is being stolen. So now hold on for a second. I want to show you something else before. I mean, I'm glad you asked that question. This is going to answer all your questions right here. Now go back, please, to your page where you have the HTML exposed, and please go up. Please go up and where it says hotels in black, bold letters, hotel, white label, widget, 728, and click on that. Well, wait a second. Click on the link below it, I mean.
The destination URL, the one in blue?
Yes.
Okay.
And that is what it looks like. That's what it's supposed to look like. That's what it looks like on my computer when I've uninstalled all these because I've caught these guys, and so but this is what it's supposed to look like, and this works when a customer goes to my website physically in the URL and types in Vegas.baby, for example. Vegas.baby is one of my websites that these guys are stealing from, and Kayak is stealing from me. And when you go to my website and you type in the destination, it works. But that link that I had you cut and paste that goes to that code that you saw is a redirect code that's stealing my organic traffic. Look at how many impressions I get, and I have zero. They're stealing and they're rerouting the traffic back to Kayak. And I caught him in that code. The reason I'm showing you this, and I'm so sorry, Natasha. I got it wrong. I'm so upset right now. I've been going through this every day for 2 years. So, the reason I'm showing you these roads through clicking here is that, one, if you go to the URL, it works. So what they have done, they have masqueraded their app, their API, with that link I had you type in or cut and paste, which is the cheapflights / where is it? Cheapflights.com / API / V1. Now, these guys are directly targeting me. I've been dealing with them for 2 years, and I've caught them. This is the second time where I've red-handed caught them.
Gotcha. So, I have a couple of pieces of advice for you. One, contact the advertiser directly. Let them know what you found, exactly what you're experiencing. And two, you are able on the network to partner with advertisers who have, maintain a mutual benefit for both you and them. You are welcome to expire your relationship with this advertiser and not use them on your website.
I have withdrawn. I have erased. Yes. You need to know that this is going to the FBI and Homeland Security, and this account's probably. I do not want anything erased on this account because it's. I've already reported Kayak to the FBI multiple times, and I don't know if they believe me or not, but this right here is absolutely on its face. I caught him. And I want people in jail.
Let me do some additional testing on my end to kind of see what's going on, and I'll follow up with you via email with anything that I find. But definitely take those actions that are recommended, and then we can go from there, okay?
I'm not discontinuing my relation. I'm not discontinuing because I need this as evidence. This is evidence. I mean, they're caught. I've caught them twice now, and it goes all the way to Booking.com. And I want you to know, when I called the general counsel at Expedia and told them, hey, you're overtaking my website, hotels.viajes. Your subsidiary Travel Assets has injected Expedia script and completely domain shadowed my account, hotels.viajes. And do you know who was on my account that next day twice? Conversant. Yes, I have the proof. I have the records. Now, I'm not saying, I got it all on tape and the records of the looking into my account after I made a complaint to Expedia. Conversant was on the next day. I'll show you. I'll send you the records. Now, I'm sharing with you.
Let me follow up with you in an email. And
right.
You can provide me with the information that you've found, and we can definitely figure out what the next steps are going to be from there, okay?
Right. Yep.
All right, so let me get that email to you, and you can reply to me directly so we can open that line of communication.
I think this needs to go to your top office. I'm just going to let you know this is going to become a big deal.
Before I can do that, I need you to reply to my email. So I'll have that email to you in a few minutes. You can reply to me with all the information that you have, and we'll go from there.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Sean. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye. Okay, so here Let me shut that off. Here are the logs after I called Bob Zelick of Expedia. And so these are the intrusions into my hotels.viaje server at the time, which was Media Temple. Now, I called Zelick, I believe, on the 17th. And when I called him, the screen's not going to be big enough here. They all logged into hotels.viajes. And I'm going to keep this right about here so you can see who's logging in. And there's their IPs. This is their IP address. And this was who's logging in at the day. I called Zelick, I believe, on the 17th or 18th. I got to get my head straight. And so, Expedia. And then there's Conversant on the 18th. Okay? There's their IP address. Now, Conversant is Commission Junction. And then on the 21st, Conversant, intrusion. These are logs into my website, intrusion. Now I'm going to go over a couple other things. Digital Energy Tech, DataCamp. These two firms right here were installing the travel assets exploit kits. And I have the dates when those were installed. But what I want to refer back to again is that shortly after I called Bob Zelick at Expedia general counsel and complained that his subsidiaries were attacking me and injecting and mirroring my site, hijacking hotels.viajes, Conversant is in my site the next day. Okay, this is very unusual here. I know I'm using an encrypted browser. However, I'm watching something show up in here when I hit the refresh. And again, I think they're mirroring this site. Expedia is mirroring this site. This shouldn't be here, by the way. This is in its own iframe right here, HTML. But this is the part they're hacking me from. Now, that is interesting because I never put that there on the front page. And this is the front page of hotels.viajes. But watch right, do you see that? There's something right there. Watch this again. I'm going to hit refresh. And there's a website. Yeah. This thing has been mirrored. And you may think you're on hotels.viajes, but I see a header right here. It said about Expedia. They're still stealing from my website, I allege. Watch this again. So, and this is very unusual because Expedia shouldn't be asking whether or not I'm a human on my own site. Maybe their booking engine is trying to do that, but that is unusual right there. So this is evidence, in my opinion, that Expedia has taken over my site. I'm going to do it one more time. See if I can. I tried to increase the size. Now let's do it. Oh, it doesn't show it when you take it out of its frame. Let's just put it in a regular size. And now let's do it, because when you expand a website further than what it's supposed to be expanded, it it changes the format. Let's watch it again. Yeah. Underneath here is an Expedia site. They've overtaken this site, which they've been doing every day since the day I launched it a year and a half ago. Incredible. Okay, my name is Sean Chalfin, and I want to show how I allege Expedia and their hackers, Chris Ishmael and Ross Weber of ClickTripZ and Tiki.com, I allege are hacking me. And so here is the, I believe, the Safari browser. This is the Safari browser. And here is hotels.viajes, my website. And there is nothing here that you could see that's evident in my website getting hacked. Now, I'm not receiving any hits. And Commission Junction, parent company Conversant, they're the ones that provide me with this Expedia booking engine. Now, I've been complaining to CJ.com, Commission Junction, for over a year that I believe that I'm getting hits here, lots of them, on hotels.viajes, and I'm not getting paid. And Expedia and their hackers have completely taken me out of the deal here. Now, again, you cannot see this on the Safari browser. Now, these apps right here, or these booking engines, they're provided by Travel Payouts, and Chris Ishmael and Ross Weber use this, and they have been able to break in to both this and this through the having access to the HTML. They're getting in through the Expedia app that Commission Junction is providing me. And they provide this to me with an email from expedia@cj.com. Now, this, again, is Safari. You can't see anything wrong with this. I'm going to hit refresh. It pops up. You just can't, there's nothing wrong with this. So it looks. So I'm going to just reduce this, and I'm going to show you Google's browser. Again, Google Chrome. Again, you can't see anything wrong with this. Google Chrome. Now, this is a very secure encrypted browser, and we're starting to see that this encrypted browser doesn't like what's going on right here in the travel payouts. I'm going to hit refresh. I don't think anything happens here with refresh other than the trackers, I believe. It's saying there's 12 trackers blocked. Well, I don't have trackers other than Google Analytics in my website. So there are 12 trackers installed that are stealing, redirecting, monitoring this website. Now, you probably can figure out what browser that is, but I don't want to disclose. However, it is a unique browser, and it's rated high. So I'm going to close this out. Now I'm going to show how Expedia has been caught. Again, look at the way this app should look. Again, that's by the way, that was Safari, and the Expedia app looks like this. This is Chrome, and the Expedia app looks the same. So now I'm going to show you the probably the most secure and reputable browser on the web. Now, again, look at what's going on here. This is Chrome. That's the way that should look. But here you're seeing that this booking engine here is actually really Expedia's website. Now I know you're going to say that, hey, this isn't, but watch what this does here. I'm going to reset this. And it won't even take it now. This Tor browser is sniffing out something going on right here. And this add your property was down here earlier. Here we go. I hit the refresh on this Tor browser. And it doesn't like this booking engine because it says it's hacked. Now, watch this. They're redirecting me. Now, watch this. I'm going to open up another window in the Tor browser, and we're just going to type in Expedia.com and see if their booking engine shows up, because their booking engine isn't hacked. You see this? Again, this is what their booking engine looks like. Look at the warnings that are coming up here. This is an attack by Expedia. I just lost it. And my traffic and my commission is getting stolen. That could be an account number. But this is very interesting information. So I know what's happening here. What's happening is earlier, this screenshot that I took, you see this trvl-px.com? This, I believe, is a Ross Weber, I allege, because it's registered in the same place tiki.com is, and I think in downtown Seattle. And this is the... I believe they put this in the header, and this is domain shadowing. This is the link that is domain shadowing myhotels.viajes. So I think it's really interesting that I have been complaining about this link, which I believe is Ross Weber, and it is directly the umbilical cord that is stealing from me. So I've caught these guys. The Tor browser caught these guys. I can't get that damn thing off there. There it is. So again, I want to pull up the Tor browser here and hit refresh. See, Expedia doesn't have the Tor doesn't give Expedia a hard time. But it gives my website a hard time. And, oh my gosh, look at what just happened here. Oh. You see that earlier? It was the Expedia. There's just too much stuff going on. You saw the Expedia engine, and now you see it, now you don't. That's what's going on here. But at least I have it on video where it changed. You just saw it change. And that is on video. So you just saw a significant change in the way that browser looked. It went from what it looks like on Expedia's site to the way it should look like. Back to, actually, this is just really bizarre.